Hello and welcome to this tutorial on DynamicWeb 10 installation using VS Code. I am Tobias, and in this video I will demonstrate how you can use VS Code to install a local DynamicWeb solution and provide intelligence for front-end development and custom functionality. We'll go through the prerequisites on installing template packages from NuGet, on creating a DynamicWeb project and running the project in VS Code. We'll also talk about the possible next steps after that. So, to get started, let's head over here to our documentation site where the prerequisites are listed, as well as all the other steps we go through in this guide. Now, obviously, we need to have VS Code installed, which you can see is already running here on the right side of my screen with the integrated terminal open. Other than that, we need to have the software development kit of .NET 8 installed. To check my version, I can go type .NET --version in the terminal to confirm that this is the case on my machine. Now we need to also have an SQL server that we can connect to later in the process. And finally, we need to install the official C# VS Code extension, or actually the C# development kit. It looks like this. Now it is already installed on my machine, but if you are making a fresh install, make sure to go log in with your Microsoft account down here to activate the functionality. Installing this will also automatically install the C# extension that enables us to run the project, and it will also provide IntelliSense, which can help us when developing the project, since it learns all the references and therefore can suggest or autocomplete code. Now, to install the template package, we can go to the NuGet gallery for DynamicWeb.project templates, where we see a version history of the released packages, as well as a shell command that we might as well just go ahead and copy, so that we can paste it over here in the integrated terminal of VS Code. Now at this point, we really don't have to worry too much about the working directory, since any downloaded NuGet package is available globally on the machine. So let's just hit enter. And as you can see, the template packages were in fact already installed on my machine, but if we go ahead and type .NET new list DW, we can see a list of the included templates of this package. To create a project, I do, however, have to pay attention to the working directory. In VS Code, I have opened this folder called DynamicWeb, which is empty except for this subfolder called Swift, which is not really relevant for our project at this stage. It is generally good practice to have a local folder only for your DynamicWeb projects, and then to add every project as individual folders inside them. Now conveniently, this is also with the terminal opened, so to create the project I can go .NET new, and then the short name of the template I wish to install. For the CMS version, that would then be DW10-CMS, and then to align with this good practice that I mentioned, I'm going to add the N parameter for name, which will create the project as a subfolder with the given name. So let's go demo-CMS here. Now that the terminal tells us that the project was created and that we can see a new subfolder with the given name, we're ready to move on to the next step, which is running the project. To run the project, we need to make sure first that VS Code has generated a bin folder, short for binary, and an obj folder, short for object. These folders contain package information used when running a project, and is also where the compiled code will be stored. Now, they should be generated automatically, but as you can see here, this is not the case yet. So you may need to reload the project first. We can do that simply by closing VS Code and opening again, or by using the command palette, Ctrl-Shift-P, and hitting reload window. Now, reloading should help generate these folders. Let's just be patient here. So a VS Code config file has appeared, and yes, now we also have a bin and an obj folder with these auto-generated config files. So now we can use Ctrl F5, or we can go to the run menu and click run without debugging. So this can take a little while, but as you can see here, the project is now served on a local host port, which is opened in my default web browser. This shows the setup guide where you can connect to a files folder and a database. So at this point you can choose to configure a clean solution by following these steps, But I would recommend that you check out our guide on Swift installation to get the example project as a high offset for your future work. Thank you for watching, and best of luck with your DynamicWeb project.